Hey, what's up, LH2? Starting out our second to last week here of learning. I can't believe we're already here. So our last unit that we're going to spend some time on is probability. We're going to break it up into probability and stats, but we decided to focus in on probability. So probability is just the chances or likelihood of something happening. One of the things that we're going to have to spend some time on here is coming up with the total number of possible outcomes. Okay, so we're going to talk about fundamental counting principle today, permutations, combinations on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that'll lead us into the end of the week. Okay, so today we're going to talk about using the fundamental counting principle to determine the sample space, right? That word sample space is the same thing as possible outcomes. I don't know how this is going to sound. I got this new pen. It helps me write a little bit nicer, but it makes a louder sound, so we'll see how that goes, okay? So we're trying to find out the total possible outcomes today, finding out our sample space, okay? So things that we're going to be looking at. One, drawing a tree diagram. So there's a new restaurant. It's opened, and they offer lunch combos for $5. With the combo meal, you get one sandwich, a side, and a drink. So the choices for sandwiches are chicken salad, turkey or grilled cheese. We have sides. We have chips, french fries, and a fruit cup. In drinks, we have soda or water. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up with the possible outcomes based off a tree diagram. Okay? So how we would do this is we would start out with each sandwich possibility, turkey, chicken salad, grilled cheese. And then from there, since from the sandwich to the side, we had 3 different sides. So from each one, we would branch out and do chips, french fries, fruit cup. And then each side had 2 options for a drink. It was either soda or water. So when we go through and we make our tree diagram, we can count up the right side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down. There are 18 total outcomes. All right, and how they come up with that is if we went through and follow the path, right? I actually just made grilled ham and cheese today, actually, for lunch. So grilled ham and cheese, chips, and we're going to go down to water. So grilled cheese, chips, and water is just one possible outcome of the 18 total. Okay, so when we're finding out these total number of outcomes, we are again finding out that word sample space. And that's going to be one of the options that we're going to do when we're trying to find out the total probability of something happening. It's going to be out of the total. We're going to want to find that sample space. All right, so with this, it's very simple with 3 options, 2 options. But if you've been into sandwich places where they have sandwich soups and then a drink, you could have 7 or 8 different sandwiches, 9 or 10 different soups, and a whole bunch of different types of options for drink. Maybe instead of soda, we broke soda down into Coke, Cherry Coke, Diet Coke, all the Coca-Cola products or all the Pepsi products if you're a Pepsi fan. Making a tree diagram then would kind of stink because it would become very cumbersome, very tedious, a lot of different things. So there's a way for us to expedite this process of finding out the total number of outcomes, which leads us to the fundamental counting principle. Really, all it says is we are going to be taking all the number of ways and multiplying them all together. Right? Just taking the stuff, multiplying them together. So let's go through some examples here and call it a day. So the Bagel Factory offers 12 kinds of bagels, 4 types of cream cheese. How many possible combinations are there? Okay, again, we're finding out the sample space. So they gave us 2 different choices. They gave us bagels and they gave us the cream cheese. Right? There was 12 different bagels, 4 different types of cream cheese. Multiply them together, you get 48 possible combinations. Okay, a pair of dice are rolled. How many possible outcomes are there? So we have 2 rolls of the dice. Roll 1 or roll 2, or right, die 1, die 2 would probably be better. Die 1. Well, shoot, there we go. Die 1, and die 2. Well, how many options are there for the first die? There's 6 numbers, 1 through 6. Die 2, there are 6 numbers, 1 through 6. 6 times 6 equals 36 dice combos. All right. You might see a chart that has one red die being a 1 and then one blue die being a 2. All right. They count that as a different combination, which is weird because we're going to talk about permutations and combinations. But the red die being the 2 and the blue die being 1, even though both of them do add up to a sum of 3, would be considered different, a different pairing because one was the red 1 and the other one was the red 2. Okay. Social Security number contains 9 digits, such as 000000000. How many different Social Security numbers can be formed using any numerals 1 through 9? Well, if we count out the spaces, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So have 9 spaces out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more space. And then we're going to fill in opportunities here. We're using the numbers 0 to 9. Most of us are going to put the number, like, hey, I have 9 options. You're forgetting about 0. If you count it out 1 through 9, that's 9 numbers, and then add in that 0 would be the 10th digit. So we're really going to do 10 numbers times 10 numbers times 10 numbers. These are the options for each one of them. And then you go ahead and multiply all that together. 10 to the 9th gives us a really big number. Looks like a billion. Okay, you're about to take an 8-question multiple choice test. Each of these questions has 4 answers, A, B, C, and D. How many ways can you answer the test if you leave an answer for each question? So again, it's multiple choice, 8 questions. You are going to, if you don't know the answer, make a guess. So you're not going to leave any of them blank. So they have 8 questions, 4 choices apiece. Okay, and then this one is going to be 4 to the 8th power, which is going to give us a really big number. I'm going to grab my calculator here quick. 4 to the 8th gives us 65,536 different ways to fill out that test. How many ways are there to fill out the correct test? Well, there's only one way out of 6,000. So if we're going into probability here really quick, what's the probability that you guess on every question and get 100%? You have a 0.00001% chance. All right, so you move it 2 to the right for percentage, so 0.001%, less than a 1% chance of guessing and getting them all right. But that's for a different day. All right, Utah license plate consists of 3 digits, so we're going to put a spot for the 3 digits. I'm going to change the different color here for letters. All right, well, we just said in the previous problem, or 2 questions ago, that there are 10 digits, right? It says the letters I, O, and Q are not used, and each digit or letter may be used more than once. Well, that helps out because if they said, hey, you can't use the number, let's say you had 10 options for the first number, you select whatever number that was, let's say it was a 3, we can no longer use 3, that would give us 9 options, then 8 options, all right? But so it's saying can be used more than once, so we're going to do 10 times 10 times 10, all right? Which is going to give us 1,000. And then we are going to do 26 times 26 times 26, but you got to hold the phone because they give us these 3 letters can't be used, so that means there's 23, 23, 23. And that gives us a grand total of 12,167. So our final answer is multiplying all that together. And you're going to get, looks like 12,167,000 different possible license plates. Okay, so that's a fundamental counting principle. Take the numbers, multiply it all together. Again, that's finding us the possible outcomes. And that new word that we're talking about, what is that sample space? All right, guys, enjoy. There's a couple questions for homework with the answers included. Some of you have been asking, do I turn that in? There's no spot to turn it in. Just be ready for your Quizzer standard checks when they show up. Have a good day.